BJP leader Vinoj P Selvam has hit out against TVK chief and actor Vijay, calling him a very confused and amateur politician. Selvam said that after 2 years of forming his political party, to date Vijay has not been able to come up with what his party stands for. He keeps opposing the BJP's policies and principles, and he keeps talking about NEET. He basically parrots everything that the DMK says, but apart from that, TVK has not come with a single line about what the party actually stands for.
Vijay is a very confused amateur politician. He doesn't know to take a stand between Periyar and otherwise. So at one time he wants to celebrate Vinayak Chaturthi, and then he wants to celebrate Periyar. Periyar is a man who opposed Vinayak Chaturthi to the max. You know, he wanted to break the statues of Vinayak on the road, and that is the kind of man Vijay wants to celebrate today. So what is the message you're trying to give? Which side are you aligning on? You don't even have a clear-cut vision path. You are very confused, you're very amateur, you're still in kindergarten as far as politics is concerned. And after 2 years of forming a political party, till date he has not been able to come up with what his party stands for. He keeps opposing BJP's policies, principles. He keeps talking about free education policy. He keeps talking about NEET. He basically parrots everything the DMK says. But apart from that, TVK has not come out with a single liner also about what his party actually stands for. So let him first get clarity before opposing the BJP.
Well, the BJP leader was in fact heading out at the TVK and asking whether the TVK in fact has an ideology other than opposing the BJP for everything that it says. TVK has been in fact carrying on with its campaign for 2026 polls. It launched its massive campaign from Tiruchirappalli and has been continuing with several visits on the ground from its volunteers as well. The campaign in fact tries to focus on ensuring that some of the important issues such as with regard to the NEET issue as well as state rights are also addressed. Meanwhile, BJP says that TVK has no other platform other than parrot the DMK's already stated positions. In fact, we are now joined by Vinoj P Selvam on the phone line. Vinoj, we just heard that bite you had given, and interestingly enough, you're saying that the TVK does not have an ideology at all. So what is exactly the position that TVK is taking, and how do you try to in fact raise this issue with the people of Tamil Nadu ahead of 2026?
Any political party during even its first meeting will come up with a clear set of ideologies of what they're going to be doing and what they're going to be delivering to the people. Now, TVK from the day of its launch has been very confused with regard to its ideology first. You know, they're talking about some 14 persons who are said to be the ideologies of the TVK, but they don't seem to be falling in line with any of theirs. Secondly, all that they've been doing over the last 2 years is oppose any of these developmental projects which the nation needs and which the Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to introduce, just like what the DMK was doing when it was the opposition. So I don't see much difference between the agenda of these political parties. Like, you know, the DMK had stopped the sterlite from functioning in the Tuticorin district. The sterlite was responsible for 60% of Asia's copper usage. You know, the copper used in Asia, 60% of that was being produced from Tamil Nadu, from India. And the DMK was very successful in being behind the protesters, which led to the closure. And who benefited from that was China. Today, very similarly, Chennai is the only metro city which is not having good air connectivity because of the existing airport and the infrastructural lack. So when the government decides to construct a new airport, the central government is funding the same. Now, the actor Vijay comes out in opposing this developmental scheme, and he comes up with his own theories. So this is exactly what the DMK was doing back then, and now actor Vijay is following the same footsteps. So it creates a lot of doubts in our minds with regard to what is the idea behind this sort of disruption. It's something which we need to really try to understand why they do this sort of halting the vikas of the country.
So when you're saying that if TVK is opposing projects, are you hinting at some other agenda being played out?
It's something which we need to study. I've been saying that, you know, it creates a doubt in our minds as to what is the idea behind these people doing this. We have seen the Congress pick on issues which are irrelevant, which are not for the development. At several points, from Rahul Gandhi speaking about the corruption in Rafael and then coming out to apologize, to now talking about vote chori, which again the Supreme Court has stuck down as an imaginary brainchild of Rahul. Similarly, because these political parties cannot pinpoint their fingers at Sri Narendra Modi or the BJP with regard to one scam in the last 11, 12 years. So when you can't pull the government down based on scams, they come up with certain issues just to try to instigate people to protest and to come out on roads. Unfortunately, whoever is behind these has been failing miserably. But trying to halt projects, halt the development of a particular state is not healthy for the people of its state. You are betraying your own people by trying to stop
The
certain
second
projects.
largest economy when it comes to the states, it's got the second largest in terms of its GDP.
Exactly. The state needs to remain as the second largest economy. That can only happen because of the development projects which had already come in earlier. Now, if you're trying to keep halt everything, look at Uttar Pradesh, look at Gujarat, look at the kind of roads being laid. But here, every project it gets halted, it gets delayed because of the lack of cooperation from the state government and from opposition from newly floated political parties. Is not healthy for the state, is my point.